Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so sorry I've neglected you all. I have not posted a video in a couple weeks, but that is soon to change because here we are. Today I have a presentation for one of my classes and I'm going to be doing like maybe a soft glam type of look. So nothing super crazy. Hey guys, so I'm just going to get right into the tips. Today's chit chat, get ready with me, is all about grad school and my journey and some tips for before you get to grad school and while you're in grad school. I am currently right now a second semester grad student at Carnegie Mellon University. So this is just like how I got here and what I'm doing right now, of course, to matriculate through. So tip number 1 is to look for schools in your spring semester of junior year. Do not be like me and look for schools the fall semester. If you want to go to school in the fall of the following year, you have to apply during like winter break the year before. Grad school visits in the springtime will probably help you a lot better. Some schools do offer fall open houses or visitation programs, but others don't. So if you don't know, like, I don't even know if I want to spend the money for this application before even visiting the school, which I knew that I didn't want to do that either. If you are unable to meet the open houses or the visitation programs that they have, try to contact the graduate program chair and see if you can do a one-on-one appointment. I was able to do that for Carnegie Mellon. I came to school. I think I saw some labs. I may have talked to a grad student while I was here, had lunch. Like, it was, I got a little bit of a tour of the building. So it was pretty good. I definitely think a one-on-one appointment that like gives a personal feel to it all. But if you can't make it, try to just at least reach out. I do know that in the spirit of pandemic life, everything is probably going to have to be virtual. But if we're ever able to, go back outside, definitely see if you can do a little visitation. 2, the GRE. Okay, listen. If your GRE score is quote unquote low, do not feel bad. Like, do not feel bad. Your application is way more than your GRE score, so do not feel bad if it's low. I would Google programs that I'm trying to see and see what they typically accept. However, don't break your bank trying to study for the GRE. The GRE site offers question of the day, and then you can also find free examples of like online essay scoring explanations and all of that. So I would not recommend like taking a course or getting paid tutoring or anything like that. Like, honestly, just do the free ski and keep it moving. Point number 3 is definitely related to point number 2. Not all schools even require GRE scores. So if you are anti-GRE or you can't afford it or you did bad and now you're like, I don't know if I can do it, honestly, just look for schools or programs that do not require the GRE. Like, they're out there and they will bang with you, so it's okay. In context for that, some schools have even decided to eliminate the GRE from their requirements, even pre-pandemic. Now that I know that with the pandemic, I know that some schools said the GRE isn't necessary because you couldn't even really take it. But even before all of that was happening, I know some schools said it was deterring people from applying and they didn't want that, so they eliminated it. So maybe in the future we'll have no GRE requirement and you just take it if you want to take it. And yeah. Number 4, applications for fellowships. Oh my gosh, y'all. Applications for fellowships are due way before any grad program applications are due. Please apply for fellowships. If you do not have money in the bank to be getting a second degree, a master's or a PhD, apply for fellowships. They're out there. They're basically like the grad school version of a full or partial fellowship. So just a little bit. It basically a scholarship, a grant money. Okay, like you should be applying for those. I'm currently a GEM fellow, and I would tell you the applications were due November 13th for me, but my grad school applications weren't due until like late December, mid January. So if you're really thinking about going to grad school and you don't want to be taking out massive loans to pay for it, you should really be trying to apply for fellowship applications. Um, Not to say that you cannot apply for applications while in grad school. Like if you're getting a PhD, even a master's, that's like a 2-year program, you can still be able to apply for fellowships and like scholarships while you're in grad school, but it'll definitely be a little bit easier on you and maybe your pockets if you're able to apply for it before you even get into grad school. In addition to GEM, I know that NSF is also a popular one amongst others. So again, research early, maybe the summer in between junior and senior year or super senior year or what have you, before you're going to grad school. Definitely do that. I know that some people that are listening to this may also right now be in industry, because when you're in grad school, you meet people that like used to have full-time jobs and then they decided to come back. And I was someone who went from undergrad straight to grad school, which is not necessarily, I don't know what to say if it's super common or it's uncommon, but it's just the path that I did. A lot of people, when I was thinking about getting like a PhD and stuff like that, were like, yeah, when you start working in the industry, sometimes it's really hard to transition back because life starts to happen. And I was like, you know what, that's very true. If I keep the momentum of undergrad to grad, maybe I'll be able to do it a little bit easier. So that's why I decided to go to grad school right after my undergrad degree. And then number 5 is a really important tip. You are not going to school just for education. You're possibly going to be living there for the duration of your degree. I do know that with pandemic, people are, doing everything completely virtual. I do know before the pandemic, there were online programs, just like straight online. But if you are someone who plans to like move to location, like you're doing a PhD and you plan to move to that place, or you're doing a master's degree even and you plan to move like temporarily 2-3 years, I said 2-3 years, a year and a half to like 2 years, then you should be looking into what type of things surround the campus the same way you would for an undergrad degree. Do they align with your hobbies? And like, do they offer things that you would like to do outside of school, both the university sponsored or just in general, like the general community? It is definitely more than okay to ask the current students, what do you guys do here for fun? Or what does a typical weekend look like for you? Especially if you're considering a PhD program, which can range from 4 to 6 years. You need to know that you're not just going to be in the lab 80 hours a week, because that is not good work-life balance. And we do not support terrible work-life balance, okay? We are very much go brunching, go out, karaoke, whatever you have to do, hiking, whatever it is, but you need good work-life balance. So yeah, boom, that's a couple of things before you get into grad school. Now here are some tips while you're in grad school. So as I said, I'm a second semester master's student, and just to have a couple of tips, especially for people considering starting in a little parallelogram that we in right now. 1, if you have social media, follow all prospective clubs you would like to join. There's often a grad version of the club, or the club is pretty inclusive where you don't feel a big gap between you and like the undergrad members. I say this because it's very hard to get connected to people when everyone on Zoom University is ready to log out, like end meeting, okay, right after class is started. Like, people aren't necessarily chit-chatting. If you're not in a group project, you're literally just talking about the group, because people have other lives, like, kids and pets, and they may not be in the same time zone. Like, there's just a whole lot going on. So with that being said, if you do want to join a prospective club, you should definitely try to follow them on social media, like during the first week before you get there. That way you just know like what's going on, And this is also really important because from my experience, the grad population does not get the same level of club activity announcements as like the undergrad population. So, you know, and then plus sometimes your schedule would not allow you to attend the semester's organizational fair. I know that my alma mater has it. I know that this school has it. I feel like all schools have like an org fair, and your schedule may just not allow it. Like you have work, or you just have class, or you're just tired, or, you know, other things are happening. So if you're like, okay, I want to join something, be a little active, even if it's just like one club or go to like one event, you should definitely just try to follow them. 2 is try to talk to people in your class outside of class when possible. I know this is really hard for people who are introverted or like kind of shy. Even for me, I'm someone that's an omnivert, I believe that's what it is. Like sometimes I'm extroverted, sometimes I'm introverted. Even for me, I was not really feeling making a whole lot of new friends during this little situation and like moving. So it was just kind of hard in general. With that being said, people are pretty nice and will be willing to start a study group with you or invite you to a study group or explain a class concept with you. Like, I have been emailed on like more than once about like something that happened like in class or like a question I had like in a TA office hour, and somebody was like, yeah, that TA did not do a really good job explaining. If you want like me to explain it to you because I think I have a good understanding of it, let me know. Here's my number. Like, people are pretty nice. And an email goes a long way, or a chat box in like Google Drive, a chat box in like the Google Meet or the Zoom or whatever, like goes a really long way. People are super nice. 3, if you're completely new to the area like me, social media apps are your friend. I know, like, ooh, meeting people online, but baby, social media apps are your friend. Bumble has a BFF option. Hinge is cool if you want to try out COVID dating, whole lot of FaceTime and distance dating if you comfy with that. I don't really know. But Bumble's BFF option has actually landed me like a friend or two during this time, and I'm really, really grateful for that. 4 would be to go to grad school activities. They're a great opportunity to meet other grad students and get to know faculty members, which of course I've already said you should be doing, even if you're only going to be in the program for like 2 years. It's still good to like know people, because you may or may not know like later in life when you're like, oh yeah, you know, that person had a thing and I thought they were interesting, or you may not know like what type of connection you could be getting. And then number 5 is it's really deep to me because I like to do an almost perfect job about stuff, but do not, and I repeat, do not make work your life. You're going to succeed no matter what. So go for walks, take movie nights, invest in your hobbies, hang out with friends, go to the gym, do whatever you need to do to stay sane, because you are not just your work. Like, you are not defined by the product of your work. You are more than that. So know that grad school is a great opportunity for you to, you know, learn new skills, develop new understanding of concepts, but ultimately it's for you to just grow, and you shouldn't have to negate the other aspects of your life to grow. Honestly, those are all my tips and a little bit about my journey. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email me. My email is going to be at the bottom of this description box. If you want to ask me about anything regarding grad school, let me know. In addition, any makeup looks, tell me so I can do them. Like, come on. Any anime or any movies you want me to watch and review, let me know. What's up? So as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends about me. Tell your friends. Post me on your Instagram, your Twitter, all that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will be posting pictures, and have a blessed week. Bye.